Welcome to KONZA Technopolis, Kenya's revolutionary smart city where technology, sustainability and business innovation merge. A place that is set to change not only Kenya but the entire African continent. Known as Africa's Silicon Savannah, KONZA is on a mission to transform. But what's really happening here? How is this ambitious project unfolding? And what opportunities are waiting for you? Let's dive in. Now, Isaac, how did you feel when you set your feet here at the Silicon Savannah?
Sincerely, Dolphine. Just take a look at what is happening here. The progress and the development that is happening here, it's really amazing. In the next 3 to 4 years, when the vertical construction will start, KONZA will be the next big thing.
Welcome to the future. Located just 60 kilometers from Nairobi, KONZA City is part of Kenya's Vision 2030, a bold goal to make Kenya a middle-income economy by 2030. But KONZA isn't just a city. It is a blueprint for Africa's future, designed to attract investors, innovators, and visionaries from across the globe.
Konzatechnopolis was established to enable Kenya move towards what we call a digital economy, to be able to accelerate its growth in innovation and knowledge economy.
We are at the forefront of ensuring that we are able to provide technological solutions to the problems that we have as a country.
So we are looking at a city that will be adjacent to the capital city of Nairobi, but that is developed with the 21st century standards of smart city development, embracing technology and creating an environment that facilitates research, innovation and commercialization of this research.
SMEs can go to KONZA and to be able to grow. Startups can go to KONZA and to be able to prosper. Research facilities can be located at KONZA and will bring better results.
If you're new to this channel, thank you so much for clicking. Please consider subscribing and become a member of this channel for all matters infrastructure in Kenya and Africa. Now today I'll be guiding you through the latest updates on KONZA's construction and exciting investment opportunities available here. Whether you are a potential investor, a tech enthusiast, or just curious about the future of Africa, there is something for you in KONZA.
Welcome to KONZA. KONZA it's 5,000 acres.
Yes.
And as you can see, that's Mombasa Road. So we're exactly on the highway. It's about 60 kilometers from Nairobi.
Yes.
So what we are doing here, we are developing a smart city basically from scratch.
Yes.
And it's a government of Kenya project. So we've started basically with phase 1. From what you can see here, the infrastructure, this is phase 1, covers about 410 acres.
Okay.
So you see, for you to even call investors to come and invest, you must do the basic infrastructure, which is the roads, the utilities, which ours is underground. So that includes water connectivity, power, ICT, sewer. Then the various developments so far that you can see, there is a horizontal infrastructure. Then as well, we've done a wastewater reclamation facility. That's our sewer. And here we have furnished apartments. They're already ready, furnished. So if you want to rent a house for a day, for a week, or even a month, we already have furnished apartments. Then the next construction that we have there, we have a police station and a fire station which is under construction. We call it a public safety center, and it will be using technology to actually monitor security in the city. Then the next construction that you can see next to the police and fire station is KAIST. That's a university. It's called the Kenya Advanced Institute of Science and Technology. Basically focusing on STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
For postgraduates?
Yes, so it's basically masters and PhD. And officially in December is when will be the handover from the contractor. As you can see, the administration block is done, the classrooms, and as well the last building that is white over there, that is the hostels basically. Yeah, then opposite the university, the lonely building that is there, the grey building, about 2 floors, that is a KONZA National Data Center. So yeah, it's owned by the Ministry of ICT, but it's a Government of Kenya data center. So basically we are hosting both government and private data. And as well, we are assisting the government to digitalize in terms of coming up with solutions for other government agencies. But the main core facility is actually here in KONZA, the KONZA National Data Center. Now behind the KONZA National Data Center, you can see the white blocks. That is a wastewater reclamation facility, and we are going to visit the area. So about KONZA, all the waste from all these parcels of land from the city will be directed there, then get recycled, gets cleaned, and now come back to the parks for greening purposes and irrigation. So we want to do a lot of recycling in KONZA, because also remember this area is semi-arid, so we are really keen on recycling each and every water that we'll be able to access. So as I mentioned, this is phase 1. Phase 2 is this chunk of land. So we'll do the infrastructure that's the same. Since phase 1 is done, we are now moving to phase 2. Basically lay down the infrastructure for the investors who will come. Maybe I should mention about the various sections, or rather how we've planned the city in terms of the zones of the various areas where investment will be. So from the highway, you can see the area with red poles. So we call it the commercial band. The commercial band is basically like our Westlands and the high-rise buildings, up to even 16 floors, some going to about 22 floors. So that is high-rise buildings. And in future, as you're moving along Mombasa Road, probably traveling to Nairobi or Mombasa, won't be able to see KONZA, because that is a section for the high-rise buildings. Now when we move to this section, there's this between the commercial and technology band, we have a lot of pocket parks, or other green parks, the greening areas. So for example, this is a greening area. Yeah, then we move to the blue, you see where we have blue street lights. Yeah, this is it, we call it the technology band. So technology band is basically for once you get expression of interest from ICT companies, BPO companies and hospitals, this is a section where we settle them. Now we move next. We call them the mixed use. These are like the retails, the offices are like our malls. That is a mixed use. After the mixed use, we go to the residential area where people will be living basically. And phase 1 we are looking at investments of basically apartments. If you can have investors who can set up apartments. And as we move to phase 2, we have an area for low density where people can own their own half an acres and basically build their own mansionettes. That is a low density area, as well as we have a medium density area. If you want to build an apartment of, let's say, 8 floors, there's an area for that. If you want to build an apartment of 16 floors, there's an area for that. So that's a residential area. Then now we move to the university band. That's where you can see, that's where KAIST is, just next to the residential area. Yeah, and other institutions. So for example, we have, you see where someone has started, there's a company that has started construction. That is basically Riara University. Yeah, so we have KAIST, which is PhD and Masters, and now Riara are doing an undergraduate university. So at least we have a complete ecosystem in terms of university.
That will accommodate everyone.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah, then after the university band, we have now the light industry. So in KONZA, we don't allow heavy industry, like the likes of manufacture of cement or steel. The ones that emit to the environment, we only allow light industry. Light industry is basically assembling of mobile phones, assembly of laptops, even cars, basically no emissions. So that is a light industry section. And how we've put our bands and stitches, the way I've explained in phase 1 is what will go on in phase 2 and phase 3 as well. Yeah. So phase 1 is in the middle. Maybe I show you the other section where phase 3 will be. From here you can see the green transit corridor. From the highway, it's actually this. This is a green transit corridor. Basically this is for the electric bus, that's why it's written bus lane. As well as strictly electric buses, and is for, as well as the green transit corridor is for the electric bus, pedestrians. If you want to use a scooter, electric scooter, if you want to use an electric bike, this is the lane to use it. Now, let's say, for example, you're coming from Nairobi and you're using public transport. How do you access KONZA in terms of public transport? So for us, we won't have, borders, matatus. It's a more organized way of public transport. So from the gate, you'll find the bus, the electric bus, and we'll be doing a loop for every 15 minutes. So from the highway, goes through the bus lane till gate B. We have a gate B, then makes a loop, as well as you can see the bus lane goes back to the highway. So that's only for phase 1. We'll do the same for phase 2 and for phase 3. So from where you can see the white blocks on top there, that is a water treatment plant. The water treatment plant is the white blocks at the top. Yeah, that is a water treatment plant. So we'll be getting water from Tuake Dam mostly. Then we have currently getting water from Nolturesh pipeline, that is from Mount Kilimanjaro, and we have water bowls. So from there, the water treatment plant, all these 3 sources of water, they'll get cleaned there. The water will get cleaned, then now enter the city using gravity. So as you observe, the water treatment plant, where it's located, that's the highest point of KONZA. So it will just come using gravity. And between where infrastructure has ended, the tarmac, and the water treatment plant, the whole of that is phase 3. So we'll do, after we are done with phase 2, we now move to phase 3. Same infrastructure, we just put the infrastructure. Then we settle the various investors.
From the detailed conversation I've just had with Mr. Keegan from Sales Department, KONZA City is being built in 3 major phases, each with a unique focus that moves this city from vision to reality. Phase 1, which began in 2013, is all about building the foundation. We have roads, water, power, and the core business infrastructure. So far, we've seen the completion of essential projects like the National Data Center, which supports digital services here in Kenya. There has been impressive progress with office buildings, basic utilities, and research facilities already taking shape. Moving into phase 2, expected to kick off in 2025, KONZA City will expand with more housing, hospitals, shopping centers, and a dynamic tech innovation corridor. This phase is where we'll see KONZA really come to life. A community with spaces for tech startups, international companies, and educational hubs. And by phase 3, projected for 2030 to 2040, KONZA will be a self-sustaining smart city, featuring smart waste management, automated transport systems, green spaces, and modern homes. This phase will fully integrate KONZA's infrastructure, turning it into a world-class tech-driven urban environment. So what is the cost of building a futuristic city in Africa? KONZA City's development is estimated to cost around $14.5 billion. The Kenyan government has been the major investor, funding the early phases and infrastructure. But international partners have also stepped in. For example, we have World Bank, the African Development Bank, and South Korea have invested in crucial projects, with South Korea funding the National Data Center. As KONZA develops, it will continue to open up new opportunities for private investors, both local and international. This means that the future of KONZA is truly a global effort, driven by partnership across continents. Now let's talk about investment. KONZA City is filled with potential. Whether you are interested in technology, real estate, education, or retail, KONZA isn't just about business. It's also designed for quality living. It pictures green spaces, smart infrastructure, and technology-driven services. KONZA features Kenya's first national data center, automated transport system, and eco-friendly waste management.
So it's a smart pole. Normally it's used to, if you are in an emergency situation and you need assistance here in KONZA City, you just press the button and you can talk to someone on the other hand, especially if it's the security team or any other person offering assistance here in KONZA City.
This city is built for the future, with public spaces, recreational areas, and sustainable energy sources that set new standards for smart cities across Africa. KONZA City is more than a project. It is a movement. Once fully operational, KONZA is expected to generate over 200,000 jobs. This will greatly impact Kenya's economy, transforming entire community and driving national growth. KONZA also positions Kenya as a tech leader by attracting innovators and global companies. It brings in talent from all over Africa, raising Kenya's profile on the international stage. The city's growth has already impacted real estate prices in nearby areas, representing new opportunities for businesses and innovators alike. And as the tech-driven city, KONZA will continue to attract attention from around the world, boosting Kenya's tourism and international partnerships. Wow, that's KONZA Technopolis, Africa's bold leap into the future. More than just a city, it's a vision of sustainable technology-driven growth. If you are excited as I am about what's unfolding here in Kenya, hit that subscribe button. Join us as we explore more updates on Kenya's infrastructure development and Africa's most promising investment opportunities. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next one. Bye-bye. Remember to subscribe, like, and share.